Hello, everyone in cyber world. We are here and we're feeling grateful for our thankfulness month.
The Thankful Tour.
I'm drinking for that one. I'm drinking for that one. We're our thankful era, so
Listen, we're being mindful. We're being thankful. We're being demure. Um,
yeah, we're here today and we're going to be thanking our Patreon subscribers for being generous and supporting all of our fierceness here on the street. Let's get started. Sheree, who are we starting with?
First up, boss lady Alma Clark, who you might know from Nightmare on Fifth Street, and horror movie blog, where you have me and a lot of the people whose names are on the list over here slinging articles. It's a great time with Alma.
Literally, boss lady, who is yo boss lady?
Listen,
What up?
listen. She bossed him so hard she became a boss. Like that's what's going on on her street.
Yes. And next up, we've got Bob Cole. Thank you so much, Bob. One of my bar friends here in Conway, keeping me sane in this terrible time. So thank you for supporting us on Fear Street.
And next up, we got Chels, who we love to see because also has too many podcasts. We have that in common on top of being short girls with big girl energy. We might be under 5'7", but we have 6'5" energy. Don't try us. Don't.
Dang. Next up, we've got the love of our lives, Miss Chris Love. Thank you so much for loving us here on Fear Street. I was trying to say love one more time, and I couldn't work it in.
Even after the movies that we made her watch, she's still on our
She's
side.
still loving us.
Up next is Daya De Leon, which is the sibling of Alma, who also was there for the inception of Nightmare on Fifth Street, and horror movie blog, and is our sometimes editor over there, second boss person, if you will.
I feel like that's a Fosse song. Nightmare on Fifth Street, a little Fifth Street.
Listen, a fifth on Fifth Street. Let's do it. Like
Oh,
you know, I got
Lord.
one. Like
Oh, Lord. Next up, we've got Danny Villanueva. Thank you so much, Danny, for supporting us here on Fear Street.
we love filmmakers who are also playwrights on this street because I aspire.
Doing
Um,
the Lord's work.
Listen. Up next, Destination 180 or D180 if you're nasty, which most of you are.
Boom. Next up, we've got Dylan. Thank you so much, Dylan, for supporting us and subscribing here on the Fear Street.
Yay. We also have Eric Riley. We love Eric Riley and we need to bother Eric more often. I've been saying that for a while, personally,
Boom.
professionally, emotionally.
Well, moving next to someone who we probably don't need to bother anymore just because they're pretty much on the pod all the time anyway. It's the glitter burrito herself, Miss Jamie. Y'all gonna be seeing a lot more or hearing a lot more of Jamie coming up very soon. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You'll find out more about that later. But thank you so much, Jamie. You know we love you.
Just like old times. Just having our third unofficial official co-host. Speaking of people who you hear on this street a lot, we got Jazz and Cat from Girl That's Scary. You know them. Every Thursday you listen to them and you cackling with them. I have been hunting their studios. I just did 2 episodes that just came out recently because time is weird. Like
Wibbly wobbly. Next up, we have Jesse Salisbury. Thank you so much, Jesse, for your support.
And you know we have Satan's favorite mechanic, who's our favorite mechanic, Stan the Mechanic.
Go back and watch this video. I almost said movie. Go back and watch this video and drink every time I say love or every time Sheree says mechanic. You're welcome.
Listen, mechanically in love. Love of the mechanics. I like.
Next up, we have what probably not a Bond villain, but should be a Bond villain, or at least a Bond girl, Jacqueline Goldfinger.
Another playwright. We love it when our theater folks show up on our Patreon because, like,
that is a name.
Listen,
I love it.
Listen, if y'all don't know Jackie's work, if you're into plays, you need to Jackie's work. There's still some stuff up on New Play Exchange, I believe, but also Bottlefly is like working its way around the world. Also did an opera that I just spaced on. Jackie is that person. Jackie is that person. I could never. Speaking of people in the world, Josh Corngut is up next. Has been on here many times, many ways. Happy holidays.
It makes me laugh every single time. I have to be like, well, I've got to cut that out. That's just 15 minutes of me laughing. Uh, next up, we have the woman that created us, Julie
Listen,
Ray Molenkamp, Doc J, as we affectionately call her. Thank you so much for your support, Doc J. It means the world to us.
literally. And after Doc J, we have Kate S. Miles, who when like saw our last thing was like, I write my name that way, so y'all do say Kate Smiles. So I'm gonna stop trying to correct myself. I'm out of my head. I'm gonna go ahead and be creative, and I'm just saying Kate Smiles.
Is that Smile 3? Ooh!
We like Kate more. We like
Moving
Kate
on,
more.
moving on. Moving on.
How dare you bring that franchise into our home?
I had to.
I'm leaving.
Next up, we have Kelly. Thank you so much, Kelly, for supporting us here on Fierce Street and being fierce with us.
Yay. We also have Kimberly Leanne, who I bother pretty much every day. Like I I don't remember the net before I started bothering Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly, for being a friend.
Travel down the road and back again.
Your heart is true, and your meme game is always on point. Dun dun dun.
Speaking of heart is true and a fierce ass name, we've got Kitty Faye Woods. Y'all know I love a name, just like Jacqueline Goldfinger, Kitty Faye Woods. I feel like we're writing a play as we speak. Here we go.
Listen, performers and writers, I mean, I see it happening. Maybe we should all connect and start up a Kickstarter. I'm just saying. After Kitty Faye, we got Christy with a K. Don't you get it twisted. It's a K and it ends with an I. So you gotta say it with some attitude, bitches.
Boom. And next up, we have Lisa Macronopoulos. Thank you so much, Lisa, for joining us and supporting us and subscribing to the street and being fierce with us.
Somebody else on the street is Mary. Thank you, Mary.
And next we have Michael B from People Under the Scares. Be scared under some stairs and with some people. Do it.
I mean, yes. Also subscribe to the Patreon because Mike and Bobby are doing the good work and cutting the fuck up. We just had them over for the season finale of Bloody Massacre, and we all got to cut up together like cousins do. They started fighting, and I gasped, and I forgot I gasped. I gasped while I was editing it.
You thought you were on Fear Street for a second. You're like, oh.
I was like, and then I heard myself say it when I was doing it. I was like, oh my God, I double gasped. Good episode. Speaking of good episodes, Mitch Munster is doing the good work on the YouTube and the podcast, and we've had Mitch on twice now.
Award-winning Mitch Munster, right?
Listen, because all she knows how to do is win.
Boom. Just like that song that I can't think of who sings it, but that song. You know what I'm talking
It's
about.
right for the best. But we also went to school with Mitch, and people forget that. We forget that. That's how young I am. Don't do the math. Don't you fucking dare do the math. We were in school together.
And next we have Mike Unofficial. Thank you so much. That's another person that has been on the pod multiple times, and they are a blast every single time. Thank you so much, Mike Unofficial, for supporting us on Fear Street and just being fierce.
Hot take royalty. A hot take hitmaker, if you will. After Mike, we have Nisha Horn, who I think we follow each other on TikTok now, or maybe we're just interacting more. Because I don't know the things. I am so young, but I am so mixed up because I'm juggling 30 accounts.
Fair. That is fair. Next up, we have Nina Van Heeswick. Thank you so much, Nina, for also having another awesome name. I get all the great names, so I'm sorry, Sheree. I get Jacqueline Goldfinger, Lisa Macronopoulos, Kitty Faye Woods, Nina Van Heeswick. What you got?
I got Quincy, who I saw twice this year. So it's a great year for me and Quincy. I'm hoping to see Quincy next year, even though I don't think I'm going back to Salem. But that's a whole different rant. We're not going to have that over here.
This isn't the tea time. It's not tea time on Fear Street yet.
That's in the Patreon. It's behind the paywall.
Next up, we have another Arkansas queen for me, Rachel Berkovich. Thank you so much, Rachel, for supporting us on Fear Street.
Somebody else who used to be in Arkansas and then escaped but came to Minnesota. So
as they should. It's
better, but it's not great. But like Rachel Annette, I just saw Rachel at the time of recording just yesterday because we drank Friendsgiving finally.
Love it. Next, we have Robin Marcotte. Thank you so much, Robin, for supporting us on Fierce Street and keeping it fierce.
And for letting us know that we're getting your name right, because a lot of people don't do that and think we'll figure it out on our own, and we will not. We are not smart people. You need to let us know. You need to tell us. You need to break it down. Send us a pronunciation key. Maybe record yourself saying it. I don't know.
Yeah, audio recordings, whatever.
Listen, we are from places in the Midwest and the South. Like,
right.
We don't know words. Speaking of scary things, Scary Stuff Podcast, one of our day one subscribers still in the room. Found each other on Blue Sky as well. So we're gonna keep it going. All the apps.
Yes,
but
all the apps. Next up, we got Suzanne Storr. Thank you so much, Suzanne, for supporting us and keeping it fierce like always.
And also for Veronica Sixsmith, which is another badass name. I have name envy. I really do. Every time we do this, I feel bad about my mother's choices.
Yes. And next we have one of our newest additions to our list, Virgo71. Thank you so much for being a new subscriber this month on Fierce Street. If you have a name you would rather us put on here, let us know and we'll change it for you. But we also love a Virgo. We love a Virgo, Virgo71.
My sister's a Virgo, so I'm going to allow it. But I am also cautiously optimistic. But thank you. And we also have Yutaka Tamanaha, who is cutting up somewhere in a romper right now. We know this. If you're not following Yutaka, you should. And also follow Yutaka's YouTube adventures and shows. I could keep track of them whenever I try to say them. All the words try and run out. And sometimes I'll be like, follow Yutaka on all the apps and see some things, see some interviews. Hear some chaotic moments with Yutaka. And also update your jumper game because, again, nobody has a jumper verification like Yutaka. Just saying.
Truly.
And before we get the fuck out of here, because this is already getting long, we just have to say again, shout out to Anthony Jerome, who's no longer with us, but would definitely be cutting up in our Patreon if he was still with us. And yeah, so I guess we should figure out how to put an in memoriam at the end of these every month and not just freestyle it. But here we are.
We'll drink about it at some point, I'm sure.
Yes. I'll have to trip about it and we will meditate.
But yeah, thank you all so much for your support. It means the world to us. We couldn't do what we do without your support and keeping it fierce with us. As always, make sure that you stay fierce out there.
Bye.